Hi everyone, this is Natasha. I wanted to share with you a couple of cards, a few cards. 2 is a couple, few is 3 or more, that I made in the last couple of days. 2 of which I made on Ustream the other day, but did not record it. And 1 I just made probably within, I want to say 7 or 8 minutes, just a little while ago earlier. And it's this particular one, and it's using the Inkadinkado Haunted Chateau Estate and Winery stamp, and it's a large stamp, so it's really kind of the focal point. So this is what I'm calling my Elegant Halloween card. Craft Hobby Lobby note card paper, and it's the note cards which are 1/4 inch smaller than the standard A2 size. It's 4 by 5.5 versus the standard 4 1/4 by 5.5. So you just have to keep that in mind if you're using these as bases. And then I literally had one little scrap of white sitting on my desk, and because I've been trying to utilize leftovers and scrap pieces of paper that I have either within reach or in my little recycle container, I decided to just use the piece that I had left over. It was longer, so I trimmed it down to within 1/4 inch of the note card size and left the rest blank under the layer with some dash lines using a white gel pen. I don't know why my camera's not focusing, but let's turn that off and try again. White gel pen. There you go. So I did that where it ended. And then I stamped the image on the remaining piece of white cardstock, and again, this is my favorite American Crafts that I use because it has a little bit of texture, and actually this came in perfectly useful when stamping this image. Now, here's the stamp. It's a large stamp. You can see some of the residue of my cleanup, which actually you can clean up by taking an old toothbrush and just brushing across it with soapy warm water. I'll clean up all those little raggedy edges, because all I did is I patted it clean with a wipe and a paper towel, and that's the residues, the paper towel. So I've unmounted it, but I am going to use this for decorating in my office. So I stamped it twice, both times on white American Craft cardstock. Once I got the entire image, and I did use a brayer for this because it's a large image, so rather than try to press down, I utilized my metal desk. Because I mounted this on cushion foam from Stamper's Best, all I did is I put it down on my desk and pressed down, and now it's, unless I push it, it's on pretty solidly, so it won't move. I added ink to the stamp, then placed my paper upside down with the texture side down, and then ran the brayer over it in order to get the contact. But I do like the little small imperfections that it showed because of the texture of the paper. I kind of like that. It gave it natural wear. And then I stamped it one more time and cut out just the house, or the chateau, and the moon, and put them on dimensionals. The moon, I did add black, if you could see that, black ink, right there, black ink to the edge of it in order for it to stand out less. The white mounting dots that I used, or remnants, was okay under the house. And then the only other thing that I did really quick, I think this literally came together in less than 8 minutes, is I took glossy accents and added it over the over the bats and the windows. You may not be able to see, yeah, I just put it over the windows, the bats, and the little cross here. So that's it. It's that quick, and if it's something that you want to mass produce, this will be a great way. This is a great card to do it, because there's just a base layer of black cardstock, a little bit of white, a little gel. This probably took the longest, is adding the gel line, the gel pen line. So that's it. It's that simple. So that was this large one. I had promised that I would show an image with this particular stamp. It's beautiful. I could see this stamped out on printer paper, and add it to a bottle for Halloween party decorations, that would be great. So that was card 1. Card 2, and this one I did do on Ustream. It's a white base. It has black black Achuspica marker dash lines around the edges, and all of these are scrap pieces of paper. Literally, I just grabbed my scrap half-gallon Ziploc bag, pulled out some of these little ones were already cut to that dimension. I just trimmed down the black layers on over it. I found a I think it's a Cuttlebug folder of different size dots that I embossed, which you can't barely tell now. Let's see it right there. You can see right there and a few over there, just to mimic the whole white, the whole circles. Then added some stickles on some of the little dots. Added a stamp from Stephanie Bernard, this little spider one, and stamped out, oh, not focusing, the Itsy Bitsy Spider Says, Boo, and a couple of spider images. So that's that one. And that I got an opportunity to use up all sorts of scraps, so that was another good one. And then last but certainly not least is the one I made for my husband's birthday, which is, look at that, today. So that's actually why I'm doing the video now, because I want to be able to write my note to him and leave it for him to find in the morning, because he gets up way before me. I'm the night owl, he's the early bird. So here's the card, and I have a red, I don't know if you could see that it's shiny, that dash line that I have around the edges. That's what are these called? Glaze pen, and I use this red glaze pen. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I wanted to pick up a little bit of the red off the map. And the map is a piece of pattern paper from the Wonder Pack, from Wonder Stack from Basic Gray. It's this one right here, and I put my leftovers in a little bag so I don't lose them. And then just craft in black. Birthday Wishes is stamped from Stephanie Bernard stamp. The 4 and the 9 is a Cuttlebug dies, which I already had this all cut out. I had 1 through 9, and I used the 4 and the 9 because that's how old he is. And then I attached it with this, it's not called a brad, and it's not an eyelet. I think it's called flare, where there's not a hole at the top, but it sets with a crocodile. So I have the little bit of red in the paper, a red here, and then the red dash lines, and everything's layered on black cover stock, a piece of the pattern paper, and then the rest of the things were just all, except for the pattern paper, everything was just scraps around my desk. And then on the inside I also have a little strip of the pattern paper, the same little glaze pen dash lines, and this is where I'm going to write my message to him, and I just stamped it on the back with my signature. So that's the 3 cards that I made. I have 2 more cards to make. I don't believe I'll be making them tonight, but probably in the next day or 2. I need both of them for Sunday. This one's obviously going to my husband. I did make a couple of more cards, and I've posted them on my blog, so I'll include a link in the description below directly to my blog so you can take a look. Some of the close-up photographs, I think sometimes you don't pick up on camera, on video camera, just some of the intricacies, or even like the little glossy windows in the house. So if you have any questions about any of the products that I use or any of these steps, or if you want to stop by the next time I do Ustream, I'll include a link in the description below to my Ustream channel as well. You can follow the crowd, join my crowd, that way you will be notified the next time I go live. So as always, if you have any questions, please leave me a comment. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching.